Hello, hello. Happy November, one and all. Hope everybody had a wonderful Halloween and are getting into the groove of November. Um, yeah. So, uh, sitting down today, wanted to. Uh, I'd like to a habit that I'd like to get into for these videos is kind of starting with a general goal, purpose, mission of sitting down and just kind of explaining what the approach is for the session at hand. What today's session is going to be was kind of inspired by this one video that I saw. It was by a drummer. It was Mar.10, so like Martin. Uh, and for some reason I can't find the video, but essentially it was this very young student working through a bunch of individual count groupings. So like groupings of four, like just default groupings of four, default groupings of five, six, so on and so forth, and just different kind of hand to foot patterns. And it just got me thinking I'd kind of want to piggyback off of that idea, so almost kind of twofold here. One, looking at the idea of just playing around with short term groupings that you come up with, just on the fly, saying, okay, this is what my 3 note grouping is going to be. This is what my 4 note grouping is going to be, so on and so forth. And then looking at that across the span of 16 16th notes worth of space to say, okay, how could I use these individual phrases, uh, just add them together and come up with fills or longer, like full measure phrases and whatnot. So just as a new approach to kind of coming up with fills. I know I was saying in the video yesterday that sometimes it's nice to have the fills match kind of the phrasing of grooves that are happening, but it's good to totally derail from that and just practice just almost default pocketed patterns that you could pull to arrive at certain count groupings. So um, so let's kind of start with this. Some of these will be similar to that, Martin. If I find that video, I'll link it just because it was really cool and I think you'd get a lot of value out of it. So I'll do some digging and see if I can figure that out. But otherwise, some of these groupings might be the same, some might be different. More than anything, I wanted to convey the general principle being said there. So the first thing that we're looking at here, and let's see if I can actually get this to sit effectively. So I think that'll do. But actually, I want that on tighter. Here we go. So first thing that we're going to look at is a grouping of 3, and all that's going to be is just. So I don't have the stickings up here because kind of like it might change depending on what I'm doing throughout this. So 3 note grouping will just be. So it's just an accented right hand followed by 2 ghost notes on the left hand. Uh, then next after that, we have a 4 note grouping. So we have. All right. And then we get into like 5 spacing. What we have there is accented right snare, 2 ghost notes, then 2 kicks falling. Uh, and then I threw a 6 in there as well. So, and it could really, again, it could be whatever sticking for that moment right there. It feels appropriate and comfortable for me to do like a paradiddle, right hand paradiddle. So right left right right, kick kick. So now what I'll do is I'll take this and, just assuming we have a a measure of a measure worth of time that we are allowed by the band to do a fill. Uh, so with that amount of space, it's like, okay, I can kind of like just add up these different groupings to arrive at that 16th notes and do that. So I was actually working with a student the other day and I thought this was cool. So I figured I'd share it with y'all. But I was working with a student the other day on this very principle. And what we did was for 16 groupings, like the first one that we started on was taking 2 groupings of 5 and then 1 grouping of 6, and that's like kind of the easiest way to arrive at that 16th note, just because it's 5, 5, 6, 16 total. So what we're doing is 2 of this pattern and then 2 of this pattern. So whatever those groupings are, what we have is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it comes out of it. I could very well like play around with the 6 here. That way it doesn't end on a kick. That way I can crash back out and land the kick more effectively. So for this purpose, I might even just switch that to this instead. So let's even try that. So what we'll try is this 2 times followed by this. And we'll see if I even do the paradiddle thing that I said initially. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's try that a little bit more just to get a little more familiar with it. And I might even switch up where the kick drum goes even earlier in this 6-note pattern. So actually, so I will switch that up right now because I think I have something that'll feel a little bit better. So doing our 6-note grouping like this instead. So and that would also just kind of thematically match what we're doing over here better too, because it's the same thing, except I just add a snare drum on the end to account for that last 16th note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I blow it. So that's us just essentially just tacking on a 5, and then this 6-note grouping, whatever we decided that would be. So that's one example. Another example that we looked at was 4, 5, 6, 4, or 4, 5, 6, 5. Was that it? Or was it 4, 5, 6, 4, 9, 16? Or was it 3, 4, 5, 4? Yeah, it was 3, 4, 5, 4. So, because that equals our 16 right there. So what we start off with when we do that is, all right, so it's going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how it's all going to kind of map out. So it'll be this, then this, then this, and then back to this. So hit my stick. So and I might even want to switch up that last 4 again. That way I'm not landing on the very last 16th note of the fill. I might just instead make the 4 for that like just all hands instead of kick. So and I might even do it like within that 4 grouping of time. I might group it differently, subdivide it into 16th note triplets. So let me play around with that for a second just to make sense of it, and then I'll lay it down with the groove. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think that's how I want to end it, with the paradiddle there. All right, just kind of fleshing that out in my head a little bit. So. actually want to end that with, so for that last 4 grouping, I'm going to do it as 16th note triplets, and I'll do it as a pair, or what would it be? It would be right, left, right, left, right, right. That way I can come out on my left side and just get back to the groove from there. So 2 and 3 and 4. Still need to work it out a little bit, and that's all good. This is like still very fresh to me even too. So there's no shame in kind of showing the vulnerable real side of like working things out. So and then, you know, we could even so yeah, so I kind of like moving it to this back to the snare drum. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's how we'll map it out, because I like that. So, and I just need to figure out that double kick, just landing that right. So it's just something that like you don't put a lot of work into. So like if I don't work on this a lot, then I'm not gonna have the chops just by default. I need to figure it out. So. So that's it right there, and it kind of like ramps into that final part of the fill. So okay, and that's a little bit tricky, but I'll continue to work that out. So. Seeing if there's other solutions that I could do for that 6-stroke roll at the end. But I think I'll keep it as, actually, I'll probably bring it back to, instead of being 16th note, 16th note triplets, I'll do it just as straight 16ths, just to feel it out and see if it smoothens things out a little bit. So it really does. I like kind of changing subdivisions throughout, but if we're looking at it as purely 16th notes, then I'll keep it as that for right now. And that's the thing too. None of this is set in stone. It's kind of a matter of just what feels appropriate in the moment. You experiment with some things. Does it sound good? Does it feel good? If it does, stick with it. If it doesn't, change it up. So, all right, but back to the thing. So. And we can even do it like that. So, actually, yeah, I think then actually other things you can play around with too. So another way that I'm looking at this, is seeing if I could add in either an extra kick, like almost a 30-second note kick, just to kind of like add some sauce in there. So and I don't like it there just because it's like 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Like it just sits unevenly. So. Ooh, I like that though. Yeah, that's cool. So what I did was I added in a little bit of a 30, like a 16th note triplet there just to start the final 4. So. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. So. Oh, I could even do that too. So, yeah. How am I doing this? So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Yeah, so 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So. Okay, so I'm gonna try and bring it down. Okay, or I might switch to 5 to where it's like 4 and then a single kick. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Me just playing around with it right now. So. So a couple places that I could put these little kick flams. So that's one place I could do it, or I could do it. I kind of almost like it better there. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 It's hard to count the up to 5 when you're doing a 16th note triple like that. So. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4. But that's generally the feel that you get. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4. So that's one way that I could apply it. Another way is by doing that flam, that kick flam, earlier on. So. And that would just change the nature of how I go about the 5. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 2 3 4. Yeah, so I don't know. That I need to play around with a little bit. Let's see if I can. I want to see if I can get it where I get both those flams in. The one that's a little bit earlier on the starting on the 4 part, and then one that's starting on the final 4 part. So. Okay, that's how it would go. Ooh, that's cool. Dude, that's super cool. Awesome. Okay, I almost want to, instead of doing doubles down on the snare for that, I want to maybe do singles. So. Or maybe 4 and then a kick. That's tough. That's tough to say. So. And just to give some insight into what I'm doing there to produce that, it's basically me doing kick, kick, tom, or kick, kick, tom. It's like, it almost kind of propels nicely into the snare. It almost serves as like to just give some air ahead of the snare, just to make it pop a little bit better. So. I just need to get that double stroke after the first little kick flam there. So. Or I really want to see if I can figure it out with just singles instead of doing doubles there. So. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to have to be. So. Or maybe 4 snares. So. I keep losing my stick. Yeah. Okay. It's a cool idea. I'm just like grappling with the mechanics of it. But you get used to it after you grapple with it for a little bit. So. I almost want to try that. So. Yeah, I think I like that best. Yeah, dude, that's sweet. Yeah, I really like that. So what I did to kind of alter each of those is so that 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 kind of breakdown of phrasing. But what I did is 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, and that's where I start doing the kick flam there. So that way when I hit the next snare, I'm starting like the 5 phrase. And it kind of allows my left hand some time to recover from the previous kick flam, just to like regain its bearings. So. cool. Big fan of that. I think that's tight. But dun dun dun. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost, and like kind of doing what I was saying. Okay, so now let's play around. Now that we have that, so dun dun dun. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1. So now that we have that, let's try and take it one step further. So duplicate that, and we'll look at it like this. Is that sound coming through? Let me check. No, it's not. Yeah, now it should be coming through. There we go. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dun 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 bum dun 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 dun. Okay, so now what we could really do is like almost apply what I was working through yesterday. We'll see how far I get into this. But basically we use that same phrasing, that same 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 to not only create a fill but also create a possible groove. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'd almost see the snare drum landing here since we have this kick here. So yeah, so that's on the right track right there. I could even drop some ghost notes just to make sense of it. I just like to use ghost notes first just to help me understand the spacing. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And this is pretty simple on the 4 since it just lands on the downbeat. So we pretty much have 1 on the downbeat, or downbeat on the 1, and then downbeat on the 4. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So it's like pretty straightforward. So. All right, so. Actually, I'll do that. So the way that we'll look at it is kind of like this right here. So not what I wanted. I wanted a ghost note, ghost note, ghost note. We'll do a ghost note here because there will be a symbol here on that downbeat. And what I kind of want to almost do, actually no, because I have, actually let's do, I almost want to do, but I do that a lot. So it doesn't have to be exactly pound for pound like what we did in the fill, but like as long as it generally kind of captures the similar essence. So I almost want to do this right here. And then throw that on the inside. Except ghost notes there. Cool, because then you can like kind of move things around. So yeah. And this one I might need to crash out on my left side and then come over to this. So I don't know what I'll do with that. But that's just really kind of the idea here is we have a fill and then we have a groove that more or less corresponds with it. So actually, let's do that, just because that's all too easy of a cop-out right there. So it's going to sound like this. Bam. So. And then you have options too when you have like ghost notes such as this where it goes from snare and then 3 ghost notes afterwards. You have the option of either keeping your right hand like kind of in the cymbal subdivision 1 and 2, or you could move your right hand down earlier. So I could go so both left, right, left, or I could go both right, left, left. I find it's a little bit easier to do both left, right, left. Although you could even switch it up. So now I'm going to try and just see if I can make sense of doing the fill and then doing the groove after that. So. Switch it up to where like you change one of those phrases just so that you're not playing the exact same thing every single time. So. some of the vocabulary that you use in the fill as well. Yeah, so. I kind of like that, so. Okay, let me see if I can piece all this together. So the groove is going to basically be it's just me changing one, like just whatever came to mind right away. What came to mind was, and that's all I'm going to change. So let's play around with that a little bit more. So. I like doing that a lot. But that's cool. Like, and that's really just like, if you have these little groupings of notes, these little phrases, then you can just play with them in a fill capacity or in a groove capacity. So yeah, feel free. Like, there's so much power. So I like to kind of sum the whole thing up, put a bow on top. So the whole idea here is, over the course of a measure, depending on how you're subdividing it, you have about 16 notes worth of space you can do if you're playing 16th notes. What you can do is you can play around with breaking that up into smaller pieces, coming up with fill vocabulary and groove vocabulary, and then kind of have your grooves and your fills match each other. So play around with just what you can do to convey small groupings within a 6-note larger group, and doing that both in a fill and a groove context. So I'm going to play it out by seeing if I can get this one more time now that I've talked for a second, and see if my brain has lost its juju, so to speak. So, yep, lost its juju. Lost its juju. I'm gonna keep noodling around with it for a few more times if I don't get it, because it's cool. I like it. So. Let's see how we can end it. As long as we have that much information, let's see how we can end it. So. Let's just make it really nice and easy. Yeah, we'll do that. So. Yeah, just that right there. So. That's that. There we go. Okay, I like that. So. Yeah, more or less, that's the idea right there. So. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to play around with that maybe one or two more times, see if I can just kind of clean it up a little bit. So. I like that. That's sick. One more time. Yeah, and that's like a whole idea right there, just off that idea of 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4. So cut up the number 16 and play around with it a little bit and see what kind of fills and what kind of grooves you can come out of it. Hopefully this gave a little bit of value, and yeah, I'm gonna go do some other things with my day. But if you tuned in, thank you very much. If you didn't, I'll jump on again at some point soon with some other things that I'm just noodling around with. So, till next time, take care and be well.